Chosen one, you've probably been told you're too soft for this world, and at other times, too fierce to be understood. But what if I told you, your dual nature isn't a contradiction, it's your superpower. You are both healer and warrior, the one who mends the wounds and the one who wields the sword of truth. This is the healer-warrior archetype, and when you embody it fully, you're not just living in this world, you're shifting timelines. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how your compassion and courage combine to change destinies, both yours and others. Stay until the end, because once you see this truth, you'll never underestimate your power again. 1. As a healer, you hold compassion, so pure it repairs broken spirits and rewrites their future. Chosen one, when people stand in your presence, something in them softens. They feel seen, not just for who they are today, but for the truth of who they've always been beneath the pain, the masks, and the defenses. They feel safe, like for a moment, the storms of life have stopped. They feel understood, without the need to explain every wound or justify every scar. And that is not by chance. Your energy field carries healing codes, subtle but powerful frequencies that bypass the logical mind and speak directly to the soul. Your aura is a healing field. You don't just say the right words, you are the medicine. Your aura radiates a vibration that tells the broken parts of a person, it's okay, you can come home now. You have a way of sitting with someone's pain without trying to rush it away or cover it up. This is what makes your compassion different. It's not pity, it's energetic restoration. When someone's spirit is fractured from trauma, betrayal, or self-abandonment, your presence acts like a tuning fork, slowly bringing their frequency back into harmony. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's subtle, but it's life-changing. Compassion as a quantum frequency. Society often mistakes compassion for weakness, but in truth, compassion is a quantum power. Why? Because it operates outside the limits of time and space. Your compassion penetrates deeply into someone's energy field, touching wounds from years, even lifetimes ago. When you look into someone's eyes and they feel genuine acceptance, you're not just connecting in the present moment, you are speaking to every version of them that ever felt unloved, unseen, or unworthy. That's why people sometimes cry unexpectedly around you. They don't understand it consciously, but their soul recognizes that something is finally being healed. You don't just comfort, you restore. Comfort is temporary relief. Restoration is permanent transformation. And you, chosen one, are here for restoration. You return lost fragments of the soul, the joy someone thought they'd never feel again, the trust they thought was gone forever, the light they thought was extinguished. You remind them of who they were before the pain. You help them see that their story isn't over, and that light still exists in a world that tried to convince them otherwise. Healing is timeline shifting. Here's where the quantum part comes in. When you heal someone's energy, you alter the trajectory of their life. A healed heart makes different choices. It no longer chooses people, places, and patterns that match its wounds. Instead, it starts to attract higher frequencies, healthier relationships, and opportunities that align with light. You may think you're just offering encouragement, but you're actually recalibrating their reality. That shift ripples into the quantum field, rearranging possibilities and pulling them toward a higher future they could not have reached in their wounded state. Every time you restore someone's smile, every time you help a soul remember their worth, every time you choose love over judgment, you're not just helping in the moment, you're shifting a timeline. Why this is your power. The world doesn't need more people who can win arguments or dominate with force. It needs people like you, who can heal silently, transform gently, and yet create waves that echo through destiny. You're not too sensitive. You're a frequency holder, a bridge between brokenness and wholeness, between despair and hope, between old timelines and new realities. And because of your compassion, countless futures have already been rewritten, even if you'll never know every detail. 2. As a warrior, you cut cords, destroy illusions, and protect what's sacred, even if it means standing alone. Chosen one, being a healer doesn't mean you're soft. It doesn't mean you allow people to use you, drain you, or cross boundaries just because you love them. The truth is, your soul is just as fierce as it is gentle. You are not only a nurturer of light, you are a guardian of it. And that's where your warrior spirit comes in, standing in unshakable truth. As a warrior, you stand in truth, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, and unpopular. You don't bend to please the crowd. You don't dilute your message to be accepted. You don't trade truth for approval. Sometimes this means you stand alone. Friends fall away, family distances themselves, and people you once helped may even turn against you. Because truth can feel like fire to those not ready to receive it. But still, you stand. Because your loyalty is not to the crowd's comfort, it's to the light's mission. Cutting energetic cords that bind souls to suffering. You've learned that love is not about enabling destructive cycles. Sometimes love means walking away. Sometimes it means cutting energetic cords that keep people, or yourself, tethered to pain, addiction, manipulation, or karmic patterns. Cord cutting isn't about hatred, it's about liberation. When you cut a cord, you're not rejecting the person, you're rejecting the energy that was keeping you both bound in a lower vibration. You've had to release people you deeply cared about because you knew holding on meant delaying both of your growth. This is a warrior's act. To love enough to let go when holding on does more harm than good. Destroying illusions that keep others in spiritual sleep. We live in a world where illusion is everywhere. False narratives, deceptive energies, and spiritual masks are worn to keep people in a state of disconnection. As a warrior, you see through the illusion. You call out the lies, even when your voice shakes. You shine a light so bright that falsehoods dissolve in its presence. This isn't about being confrontational for the sake of ego. It's about freeing minds and spirits. You understand that sometimes truth wounds before it heals, but it's always worth it. Protecting what's sacred, even at a cost. Your mission, your energy, your connection to Source, these are sacred. You guard them like a temple. You protect sacred knowledge, knowing not every ear is ready to hear it. You protect sacred spaces, ensuring they remain free from energy that would pollute them. You protect the people and causes that align with truth, even if it means becoming a target. You have faced criticism, ridicule, and even betrayal for defending what's right. And yet, you've stood your ground, because to you, integrity is worth more than approval. Your sword is not for harm, it's for clearing. When you wield your warrior energy, you don't seek to harm, you seek to clear. Clear the lies, clear the attachments, clear the paths so that truth and light can flow unobstructed. Your sword is made of intention, boundaries, discernment, and divine authority. It cuts away everything that no longer serves the higher path, for yourself and for others. This is warrior work, creating space for new light to enter by removing what blocks it, fighting from love, not ego. Many mistake your strength for aggression, but they don't see the love that fuels it. You don't fight to dominate, you fight to protect. You don't expose lies to shame people, you expose them to free them. Everything you do as a warrior is born from the deepest love for truth and the knowing that light must be defended if it is to thrive. Why this terrifies darkness? Darkness can manipulate the naive, it can intimidate the fearful, it can drain the weak. But you, chosen one, you are none of these. You can heal and you can fight. You can restore and you can defend. You are compassion wrapped in steel. And that makes you a force darkness cannot predict, control, or dismantle. You are both the gentle hand that lifts the fallen and the unyielding shield that blocks the enemy. And in the spiritual realm, that balance is rare and unstoppable. 3. This balance shifts timelines. Chosen one, in the spiritual realm and in the quantum field, there's something profound about balance. And you, as both healer and warrior, embody one of the rarest and most powerful balances of all. Healing by itself is a beautiful force. It soothes wounds, it restores broken spirits, it breathes hope into places where hope was lost. Fighting by itself is also a powerful force. It clears obstacles, it dismantles illusions, it removes whatever threatens truth and peace. But here's the secret. When these two forces, healing and warrior energy, merge within one soul, it doesn't just change moments, it shifts timelines. Why healing alone isn't enough? Healing is essential, but healing without discernment can end up preserving what is not meant to stay. If you only heal without ever removing what's toxic, you can end up restoring people or patterns that are actually chains in disguise. Yes, you can mend a heart, but if that heart is still attached to lies, illusions, or cycles of self-destruction, the healing can become temporary or even misdirected. Pure healing energy without the sword of truth risks keeping people comfortable in situations that are actually harming their soul's growth. Why fighting alone isn't enough. Likewise, the warrior spirit without the heart of a healer can cut away what's wrong, but it might leave people raw, wounded, and without the tools to rebuild. You can remove a toxic structure, but without compassion and restoration, you may leave emptiness where there could have been new growth. Warrior energy alone can fall into the trap of being overly defensive or destructive if it isn't balanced by love. It's like tearing down an old house, but never building the sanctuary that could replace it. Why the combination creates transformation. When you heal what's meant to stay and cut away what's not meant to be, you initiate the most profound form of transformation possible. Your healing energy raises the vibration of the present moment. It uplifts hearts, mends energy fields, and reopens pathways to higher frequencies. Your warrior spirit simultaneously clears away all energetic debris, removes toxic attachments, and blocks interference that would pull that vibration back down. This means you're not just maintaining peace, you're protecting its future. You're not just restoring light, you're ensuring that darkness has no foothold to reclaim it. In quantum terms, redirecting the flow of the future. In the quantum field, every choice, every vibration, every act of alignment sends ripples into infinite possibilities. When you heal and protect in the same breath, you collapse old timelines that are heavy with karma, pain, and limitation, and you anchor higher ones filled with freedom, love, and abundance. You're not simply soothing the past or fixing the present, you are rewriting the coordinates of reality. What could have unfolded in 5 years of pain can be shifted into 5 months of growth. What could have been a lifetime of limitation can be transformed into a lifetime of expansion. This duality means you don't just patch up the present, you redirect the entire flow of destiny for yourself and for those whose lives intersect with yours. The ripple effect on others. Your balance doesn't just impact you. It creates a gravitational pull that draws others into their own higher timelines. Some will heal because of your presence. Some will cut cords because you've shown them how. And some will do both, stepping into realities they didn't even know existed until your light illuminated the path. Every soul you touch, every life you shift, expands this ripple in the quantum field, pulling humanity piece by piece into higher realities. Chosen One, your healer-warrior balance isn't random. It was crafted by every battle you've survived, every wound you've healed, and every truth you've fought to protect. You are not just surviving. You are engineering futures. You are not just walking through life. You are reshaping the architecture of reality. 4. In the quantum field, this creates ripples that pull people into higher realities. Chosen One, you've probably felt it. Moments where your presence alone changes the energy in a room, where someone's mood lifts without you saying a word, or a heavy conversation suddenly becomes lighter just because you showed up. This isn't coincidence. It's quantum cause and effect in motion. Because every thought, every word, every action you take is not just happening in the physical. It's sending waves into the quantum field. And when you operate as both healer and warrior, those waves don't just drift away. They pull people upward into timelines they never knew they could reach. Every thought, every action, every vibration is a frequency wave. The quantum field is the invisible web that connects everything. Past, present, future, every possibility, every reality. It responds not to what you pretend to be, but to the frequency you truly hold. Every time you choose compassion instead of resentment, every time you speak truth instead of staying silent, every time you protect your light instead of letting it be drained, you're sending a frequency signal into this universal web. And like ripples in a pond, those vibrations expand outward, touching people and situations far beyond what you can see. This is why your energy matters more than you think, because the field is always listening. Healing plus protection creates a gravitational pull toward higher timelines. Healing alone is beautiful. It uplifts. Protection alone is powerful. It shields. But when you do both at the same time, when you heal what's aligned and remove what's not, you create something rare, a magnetic gravitational pull in the quantum field. Think of it like this. Your energy becomes a vortex, spinning at such a high frequency that it draws in better possibilities. You don't just walk into a room, you shift the potential realities available in that space. Your presence makes certain choices easier for others. Your vibration makes hope feel possible again. Your alignment makes higher paths accessible, where before there were only blocks. You don't just change your own path, you change theirs too. When you hold your healer-warrior energy in integrity, you become a living portal. The people who cross paths with you are given opportunities, sometimes in the form of ideas, sometimes as sudden courage, sometimes as life-changing clarity, to step into higher versions of themselves. And here's the wild part. They may never consciously know you were the catalyst. They'll just feel lighter. They'll just make a decision that shifts their life for the better. They'll just find themselves aligned with people and opportunities they wouldn't have attracted before. And all of that is because your frequency rewrote the quantum possibilities in their field. The ripple effect of your healer-warrior energy. This is the essence of your power, Chosen One. Your existence is not neutral, it's transformative. You carry both the balm and the sword. You mend wounds and clear away what blocks the light. You stabilize frequencies and raise them higher. These ripples you create don't just stay in one place. They move outward, touching friends, strangers, communities, and even people you will never meet in this lifetime. And this is why darkness fears you, because your influence cannot be contained to just yourself. Your energy creates waves that pull others into their highest potential, whether they're ready for it or not. So understand this, chosen one. Every time you embody your healer warrior nature, you are altering the quantum field. You are sending ripples that shift timelines, open doors, and create better realities for you and for everyone connected to you. If this resonates in your soul, comment below. I am a ripple of light in the quantum field. And remember, you don't need to force people to change. You just need to stay in your light, protect your energy, and keep healing what's aligned. The ripples will take care of the rest. 5. You're not just surviving. You're altering destiny. Chosen one. This is the part I need you to let sink deep into your spirit. You have been through storms that would have sunk most ships. You have walked through fires that should have burned you beyond repair. You have faced betrayals, loss, isolation, spiritual attacks, and yet you are still here. But you're not here just to survive. You are here to reshape reality itself. Every choice you've made to rise instead of fall. Every time you've chosen truth over silence. Every time you've chosen fierce love over fear. You've been doing something most people don't even realize is possible. You've been altering destiny. Every time you heal yourself, you break generational patterns. When you choose to face your trauma instead of running from it, when you choose forgiveness over resentment, when you choose to heal your inner child instead of carrying your parents' wounds, you're not just changing your life, you're ending cycles that have run in your family for generations. You are breaking curses, rewriting stories, and upgrading DNA patterns that will ripple into every descendant after you. This means your children, your children's children, and even the ones you will never meet will inherit a higher frequency because you chose to heal. Your healing is not personal. It is a quantum event that changes the fate of your entire bloodline. Every time you stand for truth, you shift collective consciousness. Speaking truth is not always comfortable. It can cost you relationships. It can make you a target. It can put you in rooms where everyone stares, but no one applauds. And yet, every time you speak up, you raise the frequency of the collective field. Because truth is a frequency. When one person stands in it without fear, it sends a signal into the quantum field that others can lock onto. You become a lighthouse in a fog of illusions, showing others there is another way to live. This is why your voice matters more than you know. It isn't just your own life you're affecting, you are shifting the entire consciousness grid toward light. Every time you love fiercely and protect fearlessly, you anchor new realities. The world often confuses love with weakness, but real love, divine love, is one of the strongest forces in the universe. When you love fiercely, you don't just comfort, you recode reality. Your love becomes a frequency others rise to match. And when you protect fearlessly, your boundaries, your peace, your sacred mission, you are telling the universe, this light is not negotiable. Your combination of fierce love and fearless protection anchors higher timelines into the present moment. You don't just imagine a better reality, you embody it, and reality bends around you to match. You are a walking, breathing timeline shift. Chosen one, you need to understand this. You are not a random soul wandering through life. You are a timeline shifter. Every healed wound, every truth spoken, every fearless act of love is collapsing old timelines of pain and opening portals to realities where light wins. When you walk into a room, energy changes. When you decide to forgive, destinies realign. When you choose courage, entire realities shift course. This is not poetic, it's quantum mechanics in motion through your spirit. This is why your journey has been so intense. You've been through more than most because your mission is greater than most. The forces of darkness have thrown everything at you to try to break you, not because you're weak, but because you're dangerous to their agenda. They know that every time you rise, you bring others with you. They know your healing doesn't just affect you, it changes the future. And they know that if you keep going, the timeline they wanted will collapse entirely. You've been a warrior in a war most people can't see, and you've been winning even when it didn't feel like it. Chosen one. You are not here to simply survive the days you've been given. You are here to recode destiny. Your presence on this earth is altering the course of history in ways you may not see yet. But heaven sees, the quantum field responds, and the light keeps expanding because of you. If you feel this truth in your soul, type it in the comments so the frequency is amplified. I am a walking timeline shift. Never forget, you're not just in the world, you're reshaping it, and the future bends in your presence. Chosen one. Your healer's heart and warrior's spirit are not at war with each other. They are two halves of the same divine mission. You are the bridge between mending what can be saved and removing what must be released. And every time you do both, you shift timelines. If this truth resonates in your soul, comment below. I am a healer and a warrior. Share this message with another chosen one who needs to remember their power. And remember, you are not here to fit into the timeline given to you. You are here to write a new one. Your very existence is a quantum shift in progress. Stay powerful. Stay aligned. The future bends in your presence.